Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So in this particular video, I'm going to clear a lot of doubts related to editing and proofreading. So lots of people have asked me that they have approached a self-publishing house and they are talking about the various payment breakdowns for each of the services, but they're having a difficult time or they're quite confused about what exactly are the terms related to it, like proofreading and editing and all that manuscript. Like frankly speaking, when I started my publishing journey, I really did not know the meaning of manuscript. Only while publishing I got to know the proper meaning of a manuscript, and also what exactly does proofreading mean and what is the difference of that from editing and everything. So if you're going for self publishing for the first time, so these terms may seem quite similar, but they are a little different in one or the other way. So in this particular video, I'm going to talk about the main difference that is between editing and proofreading. So the first one is editing. So editing is usually the first stage after you have provided your draft. So that is the manuscript. So after you have provided your manuscript, the first stage which usually happens with a publishing company is of editing. So what exactly happens in editing is that it is usually a process of improving the quality of your written material, like improving the language expression, the clarity, or the usage of words. Probably something like you may have written in a particular language like English, but the editor will be suggesting you few sentences or few lines or few words which may be useful for improving that particular material. So it may be an example like how to develop the introduction, how to give a better conclusion, and even how to build the plot. That is the thing. So, and it is very much different from proofreading, because proofreading is something which is the last stage in publishing. It is the stage before your draft goes for printing, that is the final printing. So proofreading is usually the process where you need to check the basic grammatical errors or something like punctuation marks or spelling mistakes and stuffs like that, and it is usually coming at the last stage. So if you're hiring an editor, he would be like a counselor to you. So he would be like a writing counselor who would be telling you how to build the plot, or probably what are the areas in which you can build or in which you can really work on. Or if there are some particular sentences, like you need to write these in passive sentences but you have written it in active voice, then he can also suggest you in that area that it is better to write it in this tense, or maybe this form or verb and all that. And he can also advise you to add or subtract few lines or sentences which he feels may be important or may not be important. So he would be like a counselor to you. He would be like guiding you throughout the journey, like you can really write it in this manner that is improving the language expression and the overall quality of your work. But when it comes to a proofreader, he would just be correcting your minor mistakes like comma, punctuation marks, grammar, spelling mistakes, the minor things which are required before your draft goes for final selection. So that's it. Because most of the times when you go to an editor and you are usually charged a huge amount, but people don't really understand why, because they feel that editing is just correcting the commas and the punctuation marks, but that is not the case. Editors usually charge more because they are more like a counselor. They are more like improving the overall quality of your work. So that is the reason why the price is more for an editor, whereas when it comes to proofreading, it may comparatively go down. So when I published my books, I did the editing and proofreading everything by myself, so that really helped in cost cutting, because I did not need a separate editor. I did not even go through the proofreading process as such, because I did all of them by myself. So again, if you're going for proofreading and editing, you need to give extra, because when you're going to a self-publishing house, the cost and everything is divided per services. So I would definitely suggest try to do it by on your own, or you can actually take advice from a reader, because what happens in case of a reader is, because they read lot of books, so they would be able to relate, or they would be able to suggest you as well, or even correct some grammar mistakes, or anybody who you know is good at that particular language in which you're publishing a book. That way you can really bring down the cost. So that's it for this particular video. I hope you all got a better understanding about the difference between proofreading and editing, because when I started, I totally had no idea about what exactly is proofreading. I just knew editing, and that for me was just correcting minor mistakes, which is not exactly the case. So that's it for this particular video. I would soon be coming up with another particular video where I would be talking about the major difference between a manuscript and a paperback. That is again not like a very clear concept when you're starting about in self-publishing. So that is the one which I would be talking about in the next video. Thanks for watching this particular video. Bye. Stay happy, keep writing, and enjoy life. Bye.